You check your paycheck on a Tuesday morning before work, still half asleep, coffee not even finished brewing, $100,412. That's the number for the year now, 6 figures. The number people talk about like it's a finish line, like crossing it changes something the moment you see it. It doesn't. You stare at the app for maybe 4 seconds, feel nothing close to what you expected, and go back to making coffee. The mug is the same mug. The apartment is the same apartment. Nothing about the morning announces that you've arrived anywhere. This is the part nobody warns you about: $100,000 in 2026. The number has a reputation it can't cash. Your rent is $2,100 a month for a one-bedroom that isn't even in a great part of town. That's $25,200 a year gone before you've bought a single grocery item. Federal and state taxes take another chunk, more than you expect, closer to 26% once everything's counted. That's roughly $26,000 more, vanished before it ever reaches your hands. You haven't spent $1 yet, and you're already down to about $49,000. Health insurance premium, the good plan your company offers, $340 a month. Groceries, even careful ones, run you $450. Gas, insurance, a car that's paid off but still needs oil changes and tires eventually. Add it up, and by the time December rolls around, what's actually left over, the part you could call savings, sits somewhere between $8,000 and $12,000 depending on the month. That's the real math. 6 figures doesn't mean 6 figures of freedom. It means 6 figures of gross numbers sitting at the top of a spreadsheet that gets smaller every line you scroll down. You do this math sitting at your kitchen table on a Sunday night, the same way people used to balance checkbooks, except now it's an app open on your laptop and a coffee going cold beside it. You expected the number to feel different once you crossed it. It doesn't. It just feels like a slightly less stressful version of the same math you were doing at $70,000. Here's what does change though. Not the money, the way people talk to you about it. Your cousin mentions at a family dinner that you're doing really well now, loud enough for the table to hear. You laugh it off, say it's not that dramatic, but the sentence is already out there. Your friend group starts assuming you'll cover the extra cost when the group picks a nicer restaurant. Nobody asks directly. Somebody just says, "You're good for it, right?" And it isn't really a question by the time it lands. Your parents stop worrying about you out loud, which feels like relief until you realize it also means they've quietly stopped checking in the way they used to. The safety net conversation ends. You're the safety net now, at least in their eyes, whether or not the math actually supports that yet. None of this shows up on a pay stub. No line item says, "Expectations, new," but it's there. Sitting underneath every group chat, every family gathering, every casual mention of your job title. The number didn't just change your bank account. It changed what people believe they're allowed to ask of you. What you don't see yet is that this pattern doesn't stay small. It compounds the same way money does, except in the opposite direction. A wedding invitation arrives in March. Group gift for the couple, split 8 ways, and somehow your name ends up covering the difference when one person can't pay their share. Nobody asked you directly. Someone just said, "You're good for it." And by the time you noticed, the money was already sent. It's $60. It's nothing. Except it isn't the $60 that matters. It's the 4th time this year someone assumed you'd be the one to fill the gap. You start noticing the pattern in real time. A dinner bill where you grab the extra bottle without thinking about whether you actually wanted it. A co-worker's fundraiser you contribute to, because saying no would require an explanation nobody's asking you for. None of these moments cost much individually. Together, they form something closer to a second rent, a tax nobody bills you for directly, paid in small yeses to a version of you that other people built without asking. Here's the number that actually matters, though. More than the $100,412. It's the $340 you automated into a retirement account the month before any of this started. It's the $200 that leaves your checking account on the 1st of every month and lands somewhere you don't check very often. Nobody at that dinner table knows about that account. Nobody in the group chat has any idea it exists. That account doesn't care what people expect of you. It doesn't know about the extra bottle of wine or the wedding gift or the family dinner where your cousin announced your salary to the table. It just sits there, quiet, compounding, doing the only job it's ever had, which is growing whether or not anyone's watching. This is the part that finally answers the question from the beginning. Six figures doesn't buy you a finish line. It buys you a slightly wider gap between what comes in and what goes out. And what you do with that gap is the only thing that was ever going to matter. You go back to the same kitchen table a year later. Same laptop, same spreadsheet, a new coffee going cold beside it. The salary number is a little higher now, but that's not what you're looking at. You're looking at the automated account, the one nobody knows about, sitting at $14,000 more than it was 12 months ago. Nobody clapped for that number. Nobody even knows it exists. That's exactly how you know it's real. Remember that Tuesday morning, the paycheck app, the 4 seconds of nothing? That was never the moment that mattered. The moment that mattered was smaller and quieter than that, buried in 100 automatic transfers nobody saw happen. $100,000 a year doesn't get you freedom. It gets you a slightly bigger number at the top of a spreadsheet and a slightly heavier set of expectations underneath it. What actually gets you free is the part you never talk about, the part that runs on its own, untouched, while everyone around you is busy watching the number they can see. So here's the real question worth sitting with. Is your money working quietly in the background, or is it just passing through your hands fast enough that you never get the chance to notice the difference? If this hits something for you, you know what to do. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.